Another short video today, and more of an update to some of the comments on my previous video comparing the IBIS on the Canon R6 and the Panasonic GH5. Now in case you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it here somewhere, but the short version is that the GH5's IBIS did perform quite a bit better than the R6. Now even though the test in that video was a level playing field, neither camera used a stabilised lens and they were shot together in one take. Some of the comments suggested that maybe my R6 was faulty, which it's not, or that it would perform significantly better with a stabilised native lens, which it would. I repeated the walking shot from my last video, but I swapped out the Sigma 24mm art lens on the R6 for the Canon 24105L with image stabilisation. So this time the R6 had an advantage. With the Canon set to 24mm to match the field of view on the GH5, you can see here the R6 is again bouncing around, while the GH5 without lens stabilisation is relatively stable. Not perfect, after all I'm holding both cameras out in front of me on a stick and walking fairly normally, but it's still quite a bit better than the R6. So what about more static shots? Well, for this test I again used the 24-105 on the R6 set to 100mm, and I swapped out the GH5's lens for the Panasonic 35-100 set to 50mm. So again the fields of view should be fairly similar, but this time both lenses are stabilised. And here the R6 does do much better. And I know from previous experience that if I hold it normally on its own and brace myself, I can get very usable shots in this kind of scenario. You'll see here that Charlie decides to demonstrate his toilet technique, and it made me chuckle. And at that point, you immediately see the R6 start wobbling, while the GH5 compensates more effectively and remains relatively stable. Thanks for watching this video, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.